The enemies of the Imperium are infinite, and such a vast threat can only be fought with ingenuity. Kill the Masters, and you will render a sea of vermin helpless.
You know another Tiffany?
No, I do not actually. So as I was saying, I'm gonna try maybe Snap will be quicker because it uses something different than data or whatever you call it. You stupid slut. There you go. Yeah, I figured. See, text message has an issue with the tower. Just drink it as you're watching it. Why? Are you not going through your phone, or are you using your headset? Is your YouTube on through your phone? Still no luck? What are you looking for? Oh. Why don't you just play it through your speaker or whatever?
wander aimlessly until it withers and dies.
Mm-hmm. And no more Scooby snacks. Testing 1, 2, 3. It's a shame. Such a shame. You better be drinking. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You finished it?
Yeah.
Man, you weren't dying laughing. You were supposed to be dying laughing because it was just so ridiculous. Or when they're trying to like
between the stars, the ancient unseen enemies of mankind wait and hunger. Be strong and give them no quarter.
Told you it'd be funny. And it's so unexpected. It's not what you expect from a car. That's what I heard. It was like Dark Souls with guns. But what would be the reason for me to play the first one when the second one comes out this weekend? If you pre-order it, I think. It looks like a lot of fun, and now that looks like it's wearing guns. Did you send it to me? No. Dude, they're so behind on their updates, it's ridiculous. But I still log on every now and then. Because I still, in the entire industry right now, I think they can make some adjustments, but I still think we have the best summoner mechanic build of any RPG ever. They did such a brilliant job. I'm in in-game right now. I can actually show you in-game if you ever want to. You still looking for it, hon? What? Shit! Do you regret deleting Epoch for Diablo 4? I'm this close to uninstalling it. What, hon? Are you still looking for a trailer? She must still be looking for a trailer. But, I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot that I like about
Glorious carnage.
the actual company that balances it, and their balance ruins anything. Even if they're like, we'll pay you $100 a day to play our game, it's still like, obviously that would never happen, but even then you're like, they just ruined the description. They claim they play their own game, which I don't know if I can quite believe because of all the frustrations I gotta be past at the moment. And these frustrations are so obvious they would have been fixed in alpha, not even beta. Dorito? Is this like a sex one? Oh, I know this one. Yeah, I'm watching it. There were so many sexual Dorito commercials not allowed anymore. They were brilliant, though. Oh, damn. Yeah, I remember that. Doesn't he put it on his nuts?
You have to watch it till the end, because everyone thinks it's over, but it's not.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no. She hot, but that guy ruined it. It's like, oh, suck me, and he's like, okay. I played Exoprimal in beta. It's interesting, but I don't think it has anything. I mean, the fact you're killing 10,000 dinos and there's no blood or gorge is really why I'm sure you would agree, Tiffany. If you're killing thousands of dinosaurs coming at you to kill you, you would expect there to be blood on the ground, right?
Perseverance favors the bold.
Yeah. So it hurts the experience, right? The immersion. That's what I'm saying. Does that not hurt the immersion if they just disappear? Wouldn't you want to see blood and gore from all the dinosaurs trying to kill you? Right? Damn right. Get it right. Or get it tight. What? I don't know how I would go about this, but I want to start my own podcast.
Today is a good day.
I've been talking about it for the past 10 years.
Kevin, we talked to, has one.
Yeah. Obviously, you need a decent clientele. You need good people you're interviewing. Right now, it would be either you or my brothers, unless I can, you know, get people on my show. Because there's so many things in this world I wish people would discuss and they're too afraid to, and I want to do it. I want to do it in every way, shape, or form. I want to freaking do it. And I want to call people out for their BS. I want to do it. And I want to have a conversation about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the whole quality thing, everyone deserves, you know, quality. Like the burgers we had, they were fantastic, right? What if they were horrible? Right? Like, it ruins the experience. You'll never go back. Would you go back to your favorite place? You did what with who? Oh. You're mumbling. You're fine. You should be going to bed though. It's midnight. Yeah, that's what I just. So guess what you need to do? Go to bed. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that.
The web of heresy and corruption is spun by powerful beings and perverted minds.
Oh,
Hunt
just
their
cracked my
leaders,
neck.
and this construct
Yeah, dude,
of
Anthem
evil
2.0
will
was in the.
come
They had a
crashing
team of 10 fixing the game, redoing the end game, adding loot, adding features, and then they pulled the plug after a year. And I'm like, what a waste of manpower. What a waste of someone's life. And it's just unfortunate. Because it was the first of its kind. Yes, there was many problems, but overall, the actual mechanics of it, the gameplay of it, freaking amazing. So I was all for Anthem 2.0. Even if they monetized the shit out of it, I would have been 100% for it. Because I wanted to succeed. Because you could see it. You know, you put in a couple hundred hours and you go, I see it, but it's not there. The loot's not interesting. The end bosses aren't interesting. The grind isn't interesting. But the mechanics are interesting. The characters are interesting. The mechs are freaking sick. I mean, it just, it almost like aggravates you in a way, you know? If only you knew what I was talking about, Tiffany. I know. I'm multitasking with multiple conversations at the same time. You falling asleep? No. Stop fighting your meds. Yeah, if I won $1 billion blocks, I would totally make an offer on Anthem 2.0, and I would also buy Wilson and fire every single person on that team. Yeah, those would probably be the two I'd buy that I can think of. The other one would be like Torchlight, but eventually it's going to be worth playing. The game itself is fun, good. Without co-op,
Damnation is eternal.
now, if we really could do anything, I would reboot Warhammer Age of the Reckoning with a new engine. Yeah, that probably cost me $100 million. And then I'd probably... No, I would. I'd bring back WildStar. I would. I wish I would have went way harder into WildStar, because I went back to it and got the in-game, got second best gear and whatnot. And it's funny how of all MMOs I think of, WildStar is the one that I wish could even get a private server, and it can't. There is a project going right now. It's a passion project. It's not really a private server because only certain classwork. Someone is working on it right now. You can find out.
Damnation is eternal.
I would love to hear your thoughts on this, Tiffany, but you have no idea. But trust me, I would love to know what your thoughts would have been. No. So did that help you give you a boost though? You know, you got to leave, you got to see the world a little bit. Yeah. No, you need to go to bed. Yeah. Yeah. I'll show you a little bit in detail. Hold on. Well, should we have bought another burger for you? Well, I'm sorry. I thought ahead, and I guess, you know what, maybe I'd be like, you should get another one. Or I should have gave you mine.
Severed the head. Now you can watch the body wander aimlessly until it withers and
true.
dies.
You sound so tired, hon. Oh my goodness. You are so silly. Yeah. What? No, don't do that. Yeah, don't do. Yeah, otherwise don't. Yeah, don't do that. All right, Locke. So it has two in-game systems. So you have your whole story system, right? And it's actually decent. And it's got this system, which you could go left or right, but most builds you'll want to go right. It's a morality system, but I can go into that later. But so you get Void Crusades, which you can start, and it'll show like a huge like star map, and they got these multipliers that are insanely huge. Like 100 extra damage done to you, or 100% extra damage, boss modifications, but then increased loot by 200%. Or you have the star map, and you have special missions you can do that give rewards and stuff. But the main thing, the other in-game thing, which is what I'm running for XP, and I'll show you it. So we'll use this, and then we'll do this. So you unlock these cards, right? And they have massive modifiers and then rewards. And the modifiers insanely difficult. Like one could say 1 life in the whole mission, you die, it's game over, right? Or get extra cards. So I do 64% less damage. All enemies are now level 86. All damage suffered is 112%. And then you have all these crazy modifiers. But then these are my rewards. This is just one part of the end game. The other end game, I just didn't want to start it yet because I'm still fighting more Crusades. Opens up like a big star window that has all these potential cross sections that the modifiers are ridiculous crazy. And then they have seasonal rewards just like any other game with tons of different stuff that you can earn. But it's way more different than Rifts. Think of it a different version. Have you played Path of Exile? Not you, silly. I know you haven't played it. Yeah.
The web of heresy and corruption is spun by powerful beings and perverted minds.
So normally my constructs or pets do thousands of damage, but with these modifiers, their damage will probably drop down to 700-800, maybe less. We'll see here in a second. Yeah, 500s, 300s, 70. You get to carry 2 different weapons. And it's under the lore of Warhammer 40k, which is my favorite version of Warhammer. It's funny, if I was a millionaire, I would actually get into the board game because I can't even afford it right now. Have you ever heard of the Warhammer board game, Tiffany? From any of your friends, any guys or anything? Where they got like figurines you could paint and you have a big war table? No? Maybe? Michael's never played? Oh, okay. So, to give you an idea of how expensive the game is, let's say you want a tank for your build, right? Or your army. We'll just call them armies. I want to make this simple. Let's say you want to buy a tank and you paint and everything, and it's made out of... I think they use metal? Or a version of it? Or what else is other than metal? It could be upwards of $50 to $200. That's just for one figurine for the board game. So you could see how fast this gets expensive. But it's very popular. It's one of the most popular board games. What? For a tank, could be anywhere from $50 to $200 for just a tank. But you paint it yourself, or you can buy them pre-painted. You could buy a huge thing of soldiers. That could be $150. It's not cheap, but it'll last you forever. Which should at that price. And then the board game is huge. You usually use a table, like a massive ping pong table, or an entire garage. It's a battlefield, but it's a board game. And you use actual big figurines that you either paint yourself or whatnot. And there's thousands of pages of lore. There's like 50 different type of armies. One of my favorite is probably the Chaos Marine. And I almost got into it until I saw the prices as a kid. I go, yeah, I'm already losing money off of Pokemon right now. There's no way I can do this. So. Yeah, you never played Pokemon Go? Yeah. I still have about 3,000 cards. I don't know when I'm going to try to make an offer.
He deserved worse.
Because I do want to eventually sell it. All of it. But my dumbass, and I didn't know this. I had, so there's a card, the rarest card right now is worth $1.5 million, right? If it's in perfect quality. I had a first generation holographic Charizard in middle school, and I didn't know it was going to be that rare and worth that much, right? We're kids. I sold it for lunch money for 25 bucks. That's a lot of money for a child, right? Yeah, well, if that was in pristine condition, it's worth $1.5 million today. You can go on eBay right now. Yeah, they have to be perfect quality when they're graded. So 9s and 10s. And 10s, the absolute rare, so there's only like 3 of them. So, that anyone even knows of. Oops, I died. Whatever. We still survived. So, yep. Who would have thought? If I would have known what I knew now, I would have used all my allowance every single day, bought every card and never opened them. Because guess how much a box of unopened first edition cards go? Like $30,000, because it could be anything in there that's rare, but it's just the box. And the box at that time was like 60 bucks. Now they sell like 20 grand. How are we supposed to know this stuff, you know? How are we supposed to know? Yep, but are you going to risk it and open it, or are you just going to sell it for instant profit? You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right. It could have that $1 million card. Crazy, right? How stuff like this, you know? So now anytime I can afford something that I know has value and really cool, I always buy 2 of them. So like there was a collector's edition for Destiny with a really cool ghost figurine that's green, glowing, of course, you know, can't help it. They're already worth 500 bucks a piece, and I still don't want to sell them. I haven't even opened it. I wanted to open one and put it on my desk, but I haven't even opened it. So I learned my lesson. I always buy 2. There's a controller that I have yet to open. My brother keeps wanting to buy it from me in Alaska. It's now going for almost $600 because you can't get it anymore. I wish I would have bought multiples because it's probably the coolest controller Microsoft ever created. But I haven't opened it. I want to open it because it's so freaking cool, but I haven't opened it. So I have a bunch of stuff like that. I'll give you another example. See how much of a nerd I am. I have the big gauntlets from Marvel series. You know the big gauntlet? The gauntlet. You never watch Marvel? You never watch Endgame? Locks? What about you?
Yeah.
Okay, the gauntlet, the with the stones.
Oh, okay.
I have a real life version of the Tony Stark one and the original one, and you can't buy them anymore. I still have the boxes. They're in my closet. And yeah, they've been open. How could you not open it? Sounds, all the mechanics, all that still works. But you can't buy them anymore. Yeah. Well, whenever you finally come here, you can see all my toys. That's going to come off great. Shut up. You should be asleep. Shut up. But you should go to bed, hon. Yeah. I gotta go to bed soon myself since I gotta go to work earlier.
strategic targets located in the area. With a surgical strike, we can break their chain of command and harvest valuable data.
I mean, if I was there, I'd be pretty upset if you stopped. I'd be like, "What are you doing?" Nah, you came more than once. That's not good.
Threat eradicated. Mission status updated.
Gotta drink something better than that. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Teleport beacon in range.
I enter the portal knowing there was going to be a boss fight, which is fine. I'm going to kill him, and he shot a fucking purple whatever, and it instant killed me, and now the mission failed. You stupid idiot. Damn it. Alright, baby, but I think I'm gonna let you go. You need to go to sleep. I know, but it needs to happen. Yeah. Because it needs to happen, okay? Mm-hmm. Yes. So you get to sleep, don't fight it, okay? I miss you. I'm glad you had a good day. Yeah, I did.
This is a straightforward rescue mission. Get in, save some Imperial units under fire, take command of the survivors, and get out. I don't even dare to ask why an Inquisitor is handling this. I marked the distress beacons and the extraction zone on your map.
Door unlocked. Easy. Easy in, easy out. Alright.
Maybe not right now.
Alright. Good night, hon. What a goofball. Lux, are you still there? I feel like I lost you. Here, let me get this on. So. So if you think about it, the only games we have to choose from, since Diablo 4 has become utter stinking joke, we got Last Epoch, I guess. We got Torchlight, but not yet till co-op. Dragon Age, or not Dragon Age, Baldur's Gate is around the corner, even though I know it's a different type of game. Another thing, if you're still there, Locks, this is a min-maxer's dream game. You could min-max everything. So we just thought, okay, so we need to get these back out. Can't pick her here.
You absolutely know when you watch Asmon or you watch some of these other players play for the first time, you 100% know that it's like you can see, okay, from their perspective, of course it's not going to be great, but that's not what it's really like if you kind of just know this, and this, right? Like, you know that. You feel that. You feel like, oh, you're like, I want to tell them. I want to help them. But unfortunately, there are a lot of people that don't have the luxury of having a guide or don't even want to have a guide.
Well, it's also like, I mean, as a streamer, like, this is my perspective, is that, like, I don't like having a bunch of people spamming me in caps lock to do their thing or to take their advice. I just feel like that type of gameplay and that type of environment in a stream creates like a very toxic and weird environment, because people are constantly mad at you because they think that you're ignoring them because you're not taking their advice. And then so they storm at more, and then the streamer gets annoyed because they're spamming them. And then there are some people that are spamming the wrong advice. But like, you don't know, like, obviously whenever you're typing in chat, you know who you are. But whenever you're typing in chat, I might know who you are and might not know who you are in terms of like how many games you played. Like, do I know this is a person that's played BDO since 2018? Or is this somebody who's never played BDO and just wants me to play Honkai Star Rail again? And then so they said, oh, go delete all your Blackstones. That's what you need to do, right? You don't need those anymore. So, like, that's also another issue. And then also, like, then there's the third option is, like, then they want, like, you, oh, go talk to my streamer, this other BDO streamer, and then it's like you have people trying to, like, try to interact with you as other streamers, and, like, I just, like, it's like you have all these people that are, like, trying to, like, get their hand in a cookie jar. They're all trying to, like, to get their 2 cents in there. Please, you know, let me get my 2 cents in here. Please, let me just listen to me. Just listen to me real quick. Just please listen to me. And it's like,
ready to fight.
There's 3 of us streaming it.
Favors the bold or death. Today is a good day.
Yeah, Hell's Zone, welcome in, champion.
Take it like a man, God. Charge! I said charge! Cap for the Emperor! At your command. Move!
Oh, nice. 82. Cheers, lad. I've got 14, 11, 10, 20. Okay, 11's the next one.
I think that's where I go after that.
No more units to save. Go to the extraction zone. Rescue operation successful. Captain to teleportorium chamber. Engage.
Sinners, demons, heretics. Enact the Emperor's will and purge the universe of their taint. Let hatred be our shield, and their blood our salvation.
I missed the cogitator right at the start.
How good is the force field? 66. 76. What if... don't have any offensive models, so we'll have to see. $25, 57. Excuse me. So 44. Uh-oh. I think I just sold it. Yep. it's worth that. Nice.
Several warp rifts are active in the area. Don't stay in that cesspit any longer than necessary, Inquisitor.
Alright, we'll see how this does with only one.
The rift is sealed, but our job isn't done yet. I don't know why that was taking so long. Yesterday of the character creator in Baldur's Gate 3. I wanted to take a closer look at it with you all and talk about a few of the things that we can see. Do note that I do think we will be getting some more details soon on a few of the things that are a bit unclear at the moment. And of course, as soon as we get that, I will drop a new video. Also, at the end of the video, I am going to let some of this footage play without commentary. There will be chapter markers below. Let's jump right in. The first thing to take note of is over on the right side of the screen here, where you have this summary of what your character currently has selected. You can see your ability scores on top, even though we've not gone to that tab yet. Below that is this little icon of a figure that appears to be waving. And this is your initiative bonus, which is based off of your dexterity modifier. So if you have a 12 in dexterity, that will show as a +1, a 14 +2, 16 +3, etc. And actually, if you have a 10 or 11, it doesn't show anything here. Now, the higher this number is, the better chances you have of going earlier in the order of turns in combat. Next to that is your character's hit points, which is based off of your class choice and also your constitution modifier.
Barbarians have the most base hit points, which is 12, but they can get that to 15 if they give themselves a 16 in Constitution with that +3 modifier. And below this is a summary of all of your class actions that you get, perhaps cantrips or spells that you chose depending on the class. And then below that is all of your proficiencies, weapons, armor. So your class and race choice combined right here. This shows you all of those proficiencies. You can also see your skill proficiencies, which is one of the later on tabs in the character creator. So as you go through the character creation tabs, this character sheet summary will be updating. And on the bottom of the screen, on the right side, basically Larian allows you to choose a body type at any time in the character creator, but you also get this choice presented to you in the appearance tab as well. Larian also lets you click through randomized appearance options at any time in the process. Now, the cool thing about this character creator is it's very easy to get to the appearance options pretty much at any time during this process, and all you have to do is click on the Edit Appearance button on the bottom of the screen. Now, I have gone over these appearance options in detail before, but I'm going to touch on it quickly as we did get some really nice new footage here. So many races in this game do have their own race-specific appearance options, such as Dragonborns being able to customize their crest, their chin, and their tail size, or maybe no tail at all. But there's also some appearance options that all races get access to, such as body type. Now, some of the races in the game, such as the Dragonborn and the Half-Orc, and I think also Dwarves and possibly Halflings, only get to choose between 2 body types, which is basically boobs or no boobs, while other races such as the human and the elf get 4 body types, adding in a taller, more muscular version of the body type selected. It would have been nice to have, 4 choices with all of the races, but this will have to do. All races also get to choose identity and voice, and there's definitely more voice options in the full version of the game. There's really a lot to this character creator, especially considering the cinematic nature of this game. This must have been quite the challenge for the Larian developers, so I'm pretty happy with everything we've seen so far. Now, the Half-Orc that you can see right now, on the right side of this appearance interface, you can see general, you can see body art, which includes piercings, eyes, and don't forget that heterochromia is a thing in this game, makeup, hair, and facial hair. And there's also sliders for maturity, freckles, and vitiligo. And you can choose your GENITALS. And I do have video footage of this, but I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not going to get age restricted today. There's actually more options here than what I saw when I played the full game last week, so expect a little bit of preset customization in this department. We did get to see a Dwergar in the character creator for the first time, which is a subrace of the dwarf, and you can see the player right here messing around with facial scarring. Now, like I said in the intro, at the end of this video, I'm going to let some of this appearance footage just play out without commentary so you can all see more. All right, so the first tab of the character creator is the Origin Custom tab, where you choose if you want to play as your own custom character or as an Origin character. I think in Baldur's Gate 3, Custom and Origin should both offer good experiences. Now, if you want a fully customizable experience where the role playing is solely in your hands and the game doesn't assume anything about you, go with a custom character. If you want a character who has a predetermined backstory, kind of like Geralt of Rivia, you'll still have a ton of agency over their future actions, but their backstory is what it is, and it does play a huge part in their story. And also, if you're okay with a set appearance, because from everything that we've seen so far, it does not look like you can change the appearance of the Origin characters, except for one of them. And if you're okay with that, and that stuff sounds good to you, then I would consider going with an Origin character. Now, each Origin character is unique in their base class, so each one is a different class in this game, although from what I was told, it sounds like we'll be able to respec our Origin character's class at the respec guy. I'm not going to give his name just for spoilers, but I'm waiting to definitively hear that from Larian first before I really start pushing that. Now, of course, we can see Astarion here, Lae'zel, Gale, Shadowheart, Will, Karlach, and the Dark Urge as our choices. And this is where I want to point out that the Dark Urge character is unique in that it kind of mixes being a custom character with being an Origin character. The Dark Urge is fully customizable in appearance, name, and class, but this character has a dark, horrifying backstory, and part of playing the Dark Urge is figuring out what that story is, because this Origin character does not have much of a recollection of their history or their past. So it's kind of like you, the player, and the Origin character are figuring things out together. It's a really cool way to play as an origin character, in my opinion. Just beware that the urges that this character gets are to kill. It's not always pretty. You do have some agency over how you handle these urges, though. Now, the next tab is the Races tab, of which there are 11 core races in this game, but you'll be choosing between a total of 31 when you add sub-race into the choice. And this is the first time that we get to see a player tab over each race, but unfortunately we do not get to see all of the sub-races, nor does the player scroll over all of the specific racial features, but we can do some reasonable speculation. With the elf, there will be two sub-races, the high elf and the wood elf. And while in the early access version of the game, it was common to choose a sub-race specifically for the ability score bonus that it offers, that's not really how it works anymore in Baldur's Gate 3. So all the races will get a +2 and a +1 to put into whatever ability scores that they prefer. And therefore, any race and sub-race can work well in terms of ability score optimization with any class. But there will be some other factors to consider, such as proficiencies and, of course, racial features, of which I will be diving a bit into today, even though there's still some missing information. So this little arrow right here represents the racial features, and I believe the first icon here for the elf is telling us that elves get proficiency with long and short bows, long swords, and short swords. Now, the reason why you're seeing simple weapon and martial weapon proficiencies on the right side of the screen here is because, like I mentioned earlier, this player has selected the Barbarian class, and these proficiencies on the right side are a combination of your class and your race. Now, the eye icon, I believe, is a representation of the race having dark vision, so these types of races have an easier time seeing and attacking creatures in darker conditions, less need for a constant light source. And the tree icon, I believe, represents Fey ancestry, which gives elves advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and it also makes them immune to sleep. Elves should also get keen senses, but perhaps this is represented on a different screen, or it's shown in the description of one of these icons right here. Now, for the sub-race choice, even though we don't get to see it here, the appeal of the high elf is probably going to be because you get a cantrip right away at level 1, and the appeal of the wood elf will be that you get an extra 5 feet of movement speed, and you should also get proficiency in the stealth skill. For the tiefling race, and do note that I will be doing a deeper dive into these races when we get more info, and that will include a bit of lore to help you decide what race is right for you. You can see here with the tieflings that we also have the dark vision icon, and then next to that is, I would imagine, hellish resistance, which gives tieflings resistance to fire damage. In simple terms, they only take half the damage of fire-based attacks. Now, there should be 3 sub-races to choose from. Well, we actually know there are 3, not should be. The Zerial Tiefling and the Asmodeus, or Asmodeus, depending on your pronunciation, will probably offer the Thaumaturgy cantrip, and then the Mephistopheles sub-race of the Tieflings should offer the Mage Hand cantrip. Now, Tieflings should be interesting to play in BG3, as there are Tiefling refugees from the city of Elturel running around. And I did do a lore video on the major catastrophic event that recently happened in the city of Elturel, so check that out if you missed it. I will leave a link below in the description. Just saying, Tieflings will probably have some unique dialogue, as they are experiencing a bit of prejudice at this time from certain people.
I would take you guys swimming, but we don't have our swimsuits.
Save on top brand swimwear at Sierra.
For the Drow, we can see an icon telling us that this race gets rapier, short sword, and hand crossbow proficiency. And then we have this more dramatic looking eye icon, which is telling me that this is probably superior dark vision. So Drow can see further distances in darker conditions than what most other races can. And then there's that Fey ancestry icon, again, of the tree. Now, humans are the race that many people have been inquiring more information about, because the main benefit of playing as a human was that they got a +1 in all ability scores. But with this new ability score system where everyone gets a +2 and a +1, this nerfs the human a bit. Unless Larian has added some racial features that can make up for it. But unfortunately, we don't know exactly what these are, but we can, I would say, reasonably speculate here. So this first human racial feature, I believe, is proficiency in light armor, shields, and then perhaps spears, polearms, or halberds, or all of the above. Now, this may not sound that great at first glance, but that light armor proficiency from a racial choice could be quite powerful for some of the caster classes that don't get armor proficiency. And then this triple arrow icon right here is unique to the human. I don't see it on any other race, but it's hard to know what it exactly means. Possibly some sort of jack of all trades type thing where humans will excel in more skills than most others, kind of like the Bard class does. Although I did hear a rumor that humans may be getting a carrion capacity upgrade. Really just don't know right now, but that particular icon will be important, as I think it will be the determining factor as to whether people feel the human race is a bit underwhelming or not. Moving on to the halfling, and this first icon should represent the lucky feature, which basically re-rolls the die for you whenever you roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Cool, powerful feature that could turn a 1 into a critical strike. And the second icon should be Brave, which gives advantage on saving throws against being frightened. Now, the halfling subrace choices are going to be Lightfoot, which will give you stealth proficiency, Strongheart, which gives you advantage on saving throws against poison and gives you resistance to poison damage. And actually, that's it. I'm not sure why I was acting like there was going to be more than that. Now, I'm not sure if Larian's going to change anything with the race's movement speed, but do note that halflings and dwarves only get 25 feet of base movement speed, while many of the other races get 30. The half-elf is another interesting choice here, because one of the big reasons why this race was so popular was because it offered a +2 in charisma, but also a +1 in 2 ability scores of your choice. So the new system in some ways could be a bit of a nerf depending on your build. The first icon here is Larian's attempt to buff up the half-elf a little bit and give us some new proficiencies. And these appear to be the same as the human, with that light armor proficiency, shield, and spears, polearms, glaives, or whatever, something in that category. So this could potentially be a really good racial feature depending on what class you're choosing and what proficiencies already come with that class. And then next to that one, we can see Dark Vision, and then of course Fey Ancestry. The subrace choices for the half-elf are going to be Wood Half-Elf, High Half-Elf, and Drow Half-Elf, with Wood Half-Elf likely offering a boost to your movement speed to 35 feet, and then the High Half-Elf probably offers a choice of a cantrip, and the Drow will likely give you a cantrip that's called Dancing Lights. Then we got the Hardy Dwarves, of which we can see proficiency with battle axes, hand axes, light hammer, and warhammer. Next to that is Dark Vision, and the third icon is likely Dwarven Resilience, which gives resistance to poison damage and also advantage on saving throws against poison. Your subrace choices here will be Hill, Mountain, and Dwergar, with Hill likely offering...
Sorry, let me turn that off. Yeah, I was answering a ton of your questions, and you were gone, so I was like, okay, I don't know what happened, so... I don't know what you heard and didn't hear. Darn it, man. This is costing me way too much money. Whatever, I guess that's what we're gonna have to have. That should have rolled higher, though. So that's just a shame. What level is it? Oh yeah, we need to... Jeez, that costs so much. These numbers didn't go up, and I think that's bullcrap. So, bummer. So, as I messaged you, if you love min-maxing in action RPGs, of all action RPGs, probably in the entire world, this one, you could min-max anything and everything if you have the currency. Like, you can go nuts. So after I hit level 100 and do some more stuff, I'm going to be making a Crusader, which is basically a Space Marine. Because they're a ton of fun and they're very strong. I've already spent 60 million credits and I'm getting low now. Yes, it is on console. Believe it or not. Did you hear me talk about the end game or no? There's 2 end games. And a huge story, which is somewhat decent. The boss fights are cool. This is one of the end game where you use these cards to get massive D modifiers. Look at this. Every 5 minutes your character loses a life. An entire life, right? And you only start with 1 life, but after elite or villain kills, so crazy modifiers. I mean, look at that. And look how much damage I suffer. And look how much damage I lose. And then the other part of the end game, which is the Void, which is the biggest part of the seasonal end game, has its own crazy like star skill tree kind of thing, with even crazier modifiers, but crazy loot modifiers and mechanics.
Of this filth
So this one I gotta speed up because after 5 minutes I automatically die if I don't kill a couple elites.
Kill their leaders and break
For this one, this difficulty, yes. I'm already taking longer than I want, but we should be okay if I pay attention. Whoa, why is he not? Uh-oh, what's the modifier? I probably should have read the modifier. Shoot, what's the modifier? I gotta pull up the modifiers. Oh, we still killed him. Okay. Sometimes there's a modifier. If you don't do a certain amount of damage to them, they'll take no damage. That is the worst modifier I've ever seen so far. Alright, we haven't killed an elite yet. Oh, I can't even read the modifier. I don't have time. Probably should have read it though. There's an elite. What's the modifier? I don't know. Look, he's barely losing health. Oh boy, this could be bad. Yeah, I can't even tell what the modifier is. You know what we might have to do? Oh no, we can't though. Might be too hard. We might actually fail this one. It's been, what, maybe 3 minutes? Yeah, this modifier is ridiculous. Oh, crap. All of these. Yep, there's no way. Alright, I wonder what the modifier was. I wonder if it'll give us the same mission. I'm gonna read the modifier.
Is the most terrible punishment of all.
Oh my goodness, dude. All that damage and their health wasn't even dropping because of whatever weird modifier. Let's see if we get the same one. I don't think we will, but we might. So I already have a massive modifier. I haven't even added anything yet, right? Alright, what did this add? Okay, I'm okay with that. So what was the thing that made this really impossible? There's more HP and resistance, okay. And then we put this one on. Physical resistance. That's still there no matter what. I mean, let's try it. Holy crap, bro. Are you going to get Baldur's Gate 3? Alright, let's see what happens.
The web of heresy and corruption is spun by powerful beings and perverted minds. Hunt their leaders, and this construct of evil.
Alright, there we go.
Crashing down.
Nope, we're getting that modifier again, but it's not as bad. Oh, yeah? Well, haven't you played a Divinity Original Sin 2? It was like on sale for like $7 or something. I don't know what it is now. You never played the old Boulder Gates or anything? They're turn-based with real-time movement. This game was on sale for like $9 or whatever. Oh crap, I just got shot. I mean, I take over 200% damage, so. Okay, you need to be a little more careful instead of moving up on the front lines. We only have 5,000 souls. And the reason you're not seeing loot colors, you know, like legendaries and relics and whatnot, I have auto loot on. Wow, that big robot thing freaking murdered my constructs.
Success.
We killed it though.
Measured in blood.
Give me a break. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong one. Man, I don't get data fast enough. Jeez. We're gonna wait a second. Yeah, it's cut like in half. Basically mana. So what level did you get to in Diablo 4? '87. I got to I think 77. And I played in Necro. Man, those things hit like hit way too hard. Twisting blades? Yeah. See, I made a rogue, but I only wanted to do volley. But I couldn't do it without getting my amulet. So, because Blizzard just forces you to have uniques to make a build. Ridiculous. Here's where they went wrong. Aspects are a good idea. They should only improve your character, not build your character. That's where they went wrong. And yellows should drop aspects, by the way. It's so expensive to try new builds. It's so expensive to start over. The aspect system is horrible. It shouldn't build your character. It should improve your character. So I couldn't even play my sorcerer at high level till aspects drop. Not even unique. There was a couple aspects that have yet to drop, and it's like, dude. Yeah. What about now, even with the nerfs? Oh crap, I healed, come on! And we're nearly at the end too, so I can't die again.
Don't take unnecessary risks. One last try.
Yeah. Yep, and that's Blizzard's fault because none of the defenses work, like resistances don't work. I mean, I don't understand how brain dead of a company they are now. Like, I'm blown away. And it's like, they don't want us to have fun. Like, the game is supposed to be for casuals. And you know what? It's no longer for casuals. Oh no! I was done.
The burden of failure is the most terrible punishment of all.
This guy here did a slam fire attack and I didn't move. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you something because you haven't seen it. So I want to actually show you. Hold on. Just wanted to show you really quick. Because you said you haven't seen it, so I wanted to show you. I'm level 66. I thought I was in the 70s. So this is the end game, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And you could choose what your rewards are. Do you want rings? Do you want weapons? Do you want amulets? Do you want XP? Do you want keys for the next area? So we've already gone this route. Let's do... what's the ending route? Let's go this route, okay? Wonder why it's taking so long to load. Trying to get all my minions out. should be it. Or can I have 6? No, it's 5. Okay. What's cool is every time I teleport, I summon one of my mages. Which, instead of going range, I went for poison melee, which gives them like lightsabers. Look at this. Look at that. And why doesn't Diablo have anything close to this? I don't get it. The AI is way better than Diablo. Hell, the AI is maybe even better. Well, I don't know if it's better than Path of Exile, because I think it's similar. Still there, buddy? That was an elite. Oh, he didn't drop anything. At least not with my filter on. Oh yeah, Last Epoch has the best, probably, loot filter of any RPG known to existence. The loot filter is insane. You can even filter it by the type of stat that rolls on it. And you'll only see an item drop if it rolls with that stat. It's wild. Oh, careful. Oh, jeez. Keep pressing M out of habit. Another special mob there. Stay out of that. Should be dead. Yep. We need to go this way. It's either top or bottom. I gotta remember each game. I gotta have my webcam in a different place. See, this is all I want to do with Diablo 4. Cast 1 or 2 times and call it a day. Freaking Necro shouldn't have to do all the damage. Your pet should do all the damage. Blizzard's new philosophy is horrible. That's why Diablo 2 is still better as well. It's supposed to be a brain-dead build to play. You're not supposed to have to do all the damage. Your minions should do all the damage. Should have got the option to open the portal. Unless I missed. The only place was there. I don't think that would be it. See, I should. I didn't finish it? What the dick? You gotta tell me I gotta... Oh no, did it just restart? I think it restarted.
Dwarven toughness, which will increase your hit point maximum by 1 for each level. And do note that the Hill Dwarf is the same as the early access subrace of dwarf called the Gold Dwarf. The Mountain Dwarf, which is the early access Shield Dwarf, should offer medium and light armor proficiency, and perhaps something else as well, as the new ability score system kind of nerfs the Mountain Dwarf a little bit, as they used to get a +2 in Constitution and a +2 in Strength. And then the Dwergar, we don't really know what the extras are yet, but I'm guessing that it would offer superior dark vision, just like
first
the Drow
legendary
gets,
in a while.
and also
I hope
perhaps
it's for
some
minions.
sort of
I really
psychic type
hope so.
feature or cantrip. The Githyanki race has no
Fire
sub-race choice, but they do come with some nice racial features. The first right here is an action called Astral Knowledge. And I know this because I clicked on it when I got to play the full version of the
really
game.
good.
This action will award
green.
you with temporary proficiency in one of several different skills, but unfortunately I didn't write down all the skills. I also don't know how this action recharges, but I'm guessing once per short rest, maybe once per long rest. Now, Githyanki also get the Mage Hand cantrip, and they should get proficiency with light and medium armor, short swords, long swords, and great swords. So medium armor proficiency here is a really nice one for this race, and it allows for some interesting armor choices when you choose classes that don't get medium armor proficiency. And we have 3 more races to talk about, and let's start off with the Gnome. So we can only see one racial feature here for the Gnome, which I believe is Gnome Cunning, which gives gnomes advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. This is actually a very good feature, as when you're playing a gnome, you're going to be resisting so many of the spells that your opponents cast on you. The gnome subraces are Forest, Rock, and Deep Gnome, and Forest will likely give you Dark Vision and the Speak with Animals spell. Rock Gnomes should award the player with Dark Vision and also make it so that your gnome now gets double their proficiency bonus in history skill checks. And then the Deep Gnome should give Superior Dark Vision as well as Stone Camouflage, which gives you advantage on stealth checks. Moving on to the Half-Orc, and the Half-Orc gets Dark Vision. And then the next icon, I'm assuming, represents Relentless Endurance, which is a really good feature that saves your Orc from being down once per long rest, as it prevents you from dropping to 0 hit points when you take that damage, and instead it stops that at 1 hit point. So it's a really good feature, especially for tanky characters, but basically it's really good for all characters though. And the other icon right here, I would believe, is Savage Attacks, which is also really amazing, as when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon, the weapon's damage die will roll an additional time. So it's already rolling twice because of the critical hit. Now you get a 3rd roll on top of that. Crazy, crazy good damage. So Half-Orcs really do fit well with the tank roll, and also those of you that are going to be playing these melee damage dealer type builds.
Here, Detour. You asked us to measure.
Oh, crap.
So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Didn't really get...
From Illumination, the creators of Minions. Migration trailer starts now.
Maybe we should go say hi.
Hey there! Dax talked to a girl.
A girl?
He wants to marry her. What? I didn't say that. You said it with your eyes.
And last but not least is, of course, the Dragonborn. But as you can see, there's no racial features showing here. And that's because all of the racial features come with your sub-race choice, of which there are 10 different choices. And we do actually get to see some of these choices in the footage. So we're now on the sub-race tab for the Dragonborn. And you can see for the choices, we have black, blue, brass, bronze, copper, gold, green, red, silver, and white. Now your choice here will give you a breath weapon, which is basically an AoE spell, even though it's not technically a spell. And depending on the type of subrace that you choose will determine the type of damage that is dealt from this breath weapon. So the black and copper dragons do acid, brass, gold, and red dragons do fire, the silver and white do cold, the blue and bronze do lightning, and the green dragon is poison. Your subrace choice also gives you resistant to that type of damage, which can be super useful. So that's basically what we got to see for the races. The next tab would be your class choice and the features and spells that come with that class right away at level 1. I've already talked about many of these features in my class overview video. I will leave a link below. And of course, I will have very in-depth guides coming out when we actually get our hands on the full game. Now, what is new here is that we get to see a little animation introduction for every single class. So I'm going to let that play out right now, but I will leave a chapter marker below if you want to skip ahead to the subclass part of this video.
All this minion cold damage. I don't remember them adding a shot. I had no idea they added this. Not horrible looking. This was done only a month ago, so they just started this.
So now we've made it to the subclass tab, and we get to see a bit of the new layout here. I really love the interface and how everything is looking in the full version of the game. This player currently has the sorcerer selected for class, which is giving us the options for wild magic, draconic bloodline, or storm sorcery as our subclass choice. And then you can see below the subclass choice is the features that come with that subclass. We did get a little demonstration of the player choosing the Draconic Bloodline as their subclass and then choosing their Dragon Ancestry, which comes with that subclass choice. And this is pretty cool to see because your Draconic Ancestry choice not only gives you a spell, but it also changes the appearance of your character. And this is quite interesting when you're already playing as a Dragonborn, as you guys can see in the footage. There's also a shot of the Paladin subclass selection tab, and this is our first time seeing the Oath of Vengeance Paladin. This subclass is described as, you have set aside even your own purity to right wrongs and deliver justice to those who have committed the most grievous sins. The action for the Vengeance Pally, I'm guessing, is Abjure Enemy, which presents a holy symbol and causes that enemy to be potentially frightened. Vengeance Pallies should also get Vow of Enmity, which gives them advantage on an attack roll against a creature, but I'm thinking that that perhaps comes at level 3. Could be wrong, though. And the last two tabs in the character creator are your background tab and the ability scores tab, but we didn't get to see any new footage of these tabs, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. So the background tab in this game, what you're looking at right now is early access footage at this moment in time. We'll let you choose a background for your character, and this background not only gives you some skill proficiencies, but it also ties into the game's inspiration point system. So in Baldur's Gate 3, when you do something in the game that complements your chosen background, for example, if you choose the criminal background and you successfully do some sort of crime, the game may end up rewarding you with an inspiration point, basically saying that you're RPing your background choice quite well. And these inspiration points can be used to re-roll the die when you're in dialogue skill checks. You can only have 4 at a time, though. And the ability score tab is, of course, where you dump all your points with the point buy system. And like I mentioned in some of my previous videos, I didn't see a way to roll for your ability scores, but I guess it's possible that the version I played could be different, a little bit different.
Okay,
from
so
the full launch.
necrotic.
And of
not
course,
poison.
we have a new system here where every single player gets to put a +2 or a +1 into whatever ability score that they want. It's no longer dependent on your racial choice. Now, generally speaking, you're going to give your primary ability score for your class a 16 with a +3 modifier. So for example, clerics use wisdom for spellcasting, but they're going to want most likely a 16 in wisdom, while a heavy weapon wielding fighter uses strength for their melee attacks, and they're probably going to want a 16 in strength. But there's so many different ways that you can do this, and I'm going to put out an in-depth ability score guide sometime in the near future. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm going to let some of the footage play here without commentary now, and also whenever we get news on anything, I will of course be dropping videos. Feel free to join the community Discord server, which is below in the video description. We have a great community over there, and I'll catch you all on the next one.
I don't really have... I wonder what that would do. I wonder how you would summon those. So where's the wolves? Unless I can't just put it on. That'd be crazy if I could do it. So many wolves on its own. I wish it would summon all 6 when I click the button. And then just give it a slight cooldown. It just feels better. Do it that way.
Hello.
What's going on?
I just finished dinner.
Nice. I just finished a few rounds of Last Epoch and I'm back on Warhammer. What was for dinner?
Work.
Who?
Work.
Oh, nice. Are you a fan of turn-based RPGs like Baldur's Gate, Fallout Tactics, and stuff like that, or?
Emperor be praised, Inquisitor. You are back. Auspex readings show a concentration of hostiles close to your position. The battery is charging and it shall fire when ready. In suffering, we repent. Discharging. Is ready. Orbital launch discharging. Is ready. Orbital launch discharging.
Darn it, dude. You're wasting my time. Come on, you stupid game. Hurry up. Awesome.
incoming. Commencing battery shutdown. Your deeds are truly worthy, Inquisitor.
Really? He gets to play
that's
it
the guy I
before
gotta talk
everyone
to.
else? Give me a break. Just let everyone else play it then. Because that's fair.
Good.
He's able to
Hello?
play it before
Looking
us.
for Wallace. He's up there. Best view in town. I envy you, stranger. Leaving your home in search of a tale? I don't know if I could do that. So, what are you gonna do around here? You're going back out there, aren't you?
He's gonna give me
you
something
seem
when I
like the
finish
type.
this dialogue.
So, where'd you come from anyway? Is it?
He's gonna give me something.
Is it dangerous out there? Seeing what happened to your friend, it's still real bad out there, huh?
That's what I thought.
Hey there, stranger. Need some mending? Oh, no. Nobody ever does.
What happens if I try to shoot the kid? Okay.
Don't worry, your friend will be fine. Oh, Clementine and Bo are always leaving the ward.
I mean, I had to try it.
It's still real bad out there, huh? Don't worry, your friend will be fine.
Okay, okay. I thought maybe I could do enough dialogue options with him and he'd do something.
I'm sorry, Mr. Root, but you're not gonna eat me today.
Okay, let's go. Oh, shit.
I see you, traveler.
I see you too, buddy.
You're the one Ford's been waiting for. Though, he doesn't know he's been waiting. He thinks he needs help. It's her who needs it.
No, my friend Cass.
You know. And you don't. Sorry, I shouldn't say. Things get messier when I tell them. I'm Wallace. Did I say that yet? Probably. The site, you know? Sorry, I probably said that already too.
This is weird. Can I ask you some questions?
You have a path to walk. You choose the